The Apostle Paul tells us that we should remember the words of the Lord Jesus, who said, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." I'm Chris Harris, and I serve as pastor of Greater Things Church and the principal for Greater Things Christian School. And I'm shooting this video today, November the 25th, the day after Thanksgiving. I hope that each of your families enjoyed your Thanksgiving day. We appreciate all of you and the students that we have from your family that come to our school. Today is traditionally called Black Friday. Lots of people get up very early in the morning and rush out and attempt to get the best deals during the Black Friday season. And Black Friday is really all about businesses attempting to make a profit between now and the end of the Christmas season. And that's what the next big push is about for the next 4 or 5 weeks. And I want to talk to you today about something that we are calling our Black Friday Challenge. Back in the summer, when we were beginning the school year, I shared with our current families about the need that we would have to raise money for the 2016 2017 school year, that we would need to raise around $50,000 in order to meet the educational objectives and responsibilities that we have as a school. Part of that is due to the fact that we're in our fourth year as a school, and I want to talk to you about what some of those challenges are, and then I will help you understand a little bit more about what we mean by Black Friday challenge. And here are some of the challenges. One of them is that we are just now in our fourth year as a Christian school. We were started as a ministry of Greater Things Church. It's the church that I serve as pastor, and that church is very small. And one of the benefits that most Christian schools have that start as ministries of churches is that the churches are larger and able to offset the costs that come with running a Christian school. The reality is there's just so much to meeting the financial obligations of a Christian school that there has to be a parent organization like a church to help make the difference. And so we have an extra challenge as a Christian school because the church that's our parent for the organization is a very small organization. We have around 20 people on Sunday, 12 to 15 adults. We're attempting to grow and reach more, but that's one of the challenges. And so we don't have a lot of resources that can make up the difference for the school. So the school has to get to the place of being a tuition-based school, or a tuition and those that based school, and those donations that might come in from families, whether it be in an endowment or just a periodic donation. And so we're in the process of doing that, but there's a shortfall in between. Part of that is due to the fact that in this past school year, when we started in August, we made several changes going into our fourth year. One of those changes was no longer offering high school. We needed to get our lower grades more solid to where they could feed the high school that we hope will come down the road. But right now our objectives are around attempting to have the best preschool, elementary, and middle school that we can. Another one of those challenges was moving to a 4-day school week. And so as it relates to enrollment, we re-enrolled around the mid-30s for the start of our enrollment season for new students last summer. And we picked up about 30 new students, which is nearly doubling our size. But we needed to get somewhere in the mid-80s to the low 90s in enrollment, and we just didn't get there. We believe that we will retain a much higher number this year because there won't be those changes. And with those numbers being what they are, we can easily make it to the mid-80s, possibly low 90s. Our big goal is to get to 100. And as a result, we should be in a position of being self-sustaining based off of tuition alone. And as a result, our fundraisers next year would be to invest back into the school to help with more resources and tools that we need as a school. So in between that, we need to raise the money to help us get to that place of getting to the enrollment season, which will be coming up in January, February, to get our numbers to where they need to be so that by next fall, August of 2017, we are self-sustained based off of tuition that's coming in from the students that we hope to be at around, like I said, between 85 and 100 students, which would be, I think, a very doable goal for us. So one of the challenges in us making the budget each year is obviously being a ministry of a small church. The enrollment changes, and if you look at, for example, our tuition rates compared to other schools in our area, our tuition rates are pretty low. And so some people have asked me, why don't you raise the tuition? Well, we've had 3 years, now 4 years, going into the fourth year to test and sort of get some research about what families in our area are able to pay. And we may have to raise tuition a little bit next year. We're not sure about that yet, but what I would say is we're trying to make the tuition rate to the point where families can make an investment and have their child come here to get the private Christian education that they desire for their child. So obviously, if our tuition rates were raised, if they were 15 to 20% higher and we had 10 or 15 more students, then we're probably getting close to breaking even just off of tuition. But we're going to try very hard to keep tuition where it is and raise our numbers for enrollment so that we can reach as many kids in our area as possible. So with all that being said, for some of the challenges, I wanted to talk to you about this Black Friday challenge and how you can help us over the next 5 weeks. There's basically 5 weeks left in the 2016 year, and we're trying to raise, as I told you back in the summer, around $50,000. Well, we'd like to raise $20,000 between now and the end of December 2016, and I'm shooting this video to ask you to get involved and help us do that. And here's how you can do that. We have 50 families that are a part of our school. They have students that come to our school. So to raise $20,000 in the next 5 weeks, we would need each family to contribute around $400 each in order for us to hit that goal. Now, when I first say that, you might think, well, it's Christmas season and there's no way that I can give $400 to help us meet this Black Friday challenge over the next 5 weeks. So what I'd like to ask you to do is to make every effort that you can to give as much as you can, and then to share this letter and this video that you're watching right now with maybe grandparents, aunts or uncles, friends, colleagues that you work with, people in your church, to help us reach this goal. The Bible teaches us that we have not because we ask not. And so I'm not afraid to ask. I'm coming to you today by video to ask you to take on this challenge and to help us. It will take all of us to make the school be a success, not just for this year, but in the many years into the future. These foundational years are challenging. And so I'm not coming to you today to tell you, that it's a desperate situation. But I am coming to you to tell you that there are challenges, and I'm asking you as families to help us meet this Black Friday challenge and be able to raise $20,000 by the end of December 2016. And so inside this letter or email, there's a link that you can go to, and it's called Donate Online, and you can make a donation. And there's a place in there for you to put in memory of. So you can say, this is in memory of a child that I have, or just to explain who it is you're making the donation on behalf of. And you can make the donation, and it will go toward helping us reach our goal of $20,000 by the end of December. So I'm asking you to make every effort that you can. If you don't want to do the link online, the donation, once it's made, is then transferred to our school's bank account. If you don't want to go that route and you'd rather just write a check, you can do that and send it in to the school. And then, of course, if you would like to just talk to me about it first, if you decide, I can do more than 400, but I'd like to talk to someone about that first to get some more details or more information. Whether it is that you want to give more than 400, just 400, you think you can give a little less than 400, but you'd still like to talk to me, just know that I'm always going to be available for that. I'd be glad to talk with you more, explain it more. If you do make the donation, and any of your family or friends that make the donation between now and December 31st, you will get a letter that you can use for your taxes. It's tax deductible. As a ministry of Greater Things Church, that's a tax exempt organization, you could use that on your taxes. So I'm just asking you to help us over these next 5 weeks. And I think if we all work hard and work together, we can meet this goal. And so please take time to share this video and this letter with others. And I look forward to sharing an update with you over the next few weeks about how we're meeting this Black Friday challenge and possibly even exceeding it. So if you have questions, please contact us, and let's meet this Black Friday challenge together. God bless you.